Welcome to Prevent Your Adventure, and tonight I'm in West Greenwich, Rhode Island at Arcadia Pizza. As I start, this vehicle next to me is backing out, but I want to give you a look at the place. Sorry, I'm doing this facing the wrong way for me. And so there it is. And got 2 days worth of food here. This is the French fry. Look at the size of that thing. It's like a loaf of bread. For my meatball buddies, I got 3 meatballs and a nicely well done, not asked for, but well done pepperoni pizza. So that sunlight's kind of throwing some shade here. Yeah, this is me trying to work my way around this. I'm not doing too well. Just want you to be able to see the meatballs. Alright, so let me flip the camera and get started. Alright, setting sun puts me in the shade. Food in the sun. I suppose I could move, but there's not really, it's pretty open. There's nothing that's going to make that any different. So let's start with these really nice looking shoestring potatoes. These are very good. Very nicely done. And I just got the plain ones, but you can get them truffle. And they had something else you could do with them also. I forget what it was. Not looking to prejudge, but based on the way these cut, I'm going to guess these are not made in-house, the meatballs. It's a nice sauce, nice flavor to it, but a little on the chewy side like you normally would get. With pre-made, it's a nice sweet sauce. Nice though. This looks like an Italian type pizza, I'm not sure. Nice bottom side to it. I don't know what you can see in the shade there, I apologize. Alright, nice sauce, nice cheese to sauce ratio, okay crust, just no crisp on it. Man, if they had some crisp on that crust, because it's nice and light and chewy. Alright, that bite had a little crisp on it. So, nice piece of pizza. I like my stuff well done. I never asked for it, but if it comes that way, it's a bonus for me. So, first impression is quite good. So let me finish up and come back and we'll see what my final impression is. Final thoughts here at Arcadia Pizza in West Greenwich, Rhode Island. Get myself all ready, and all of a sudden I get a cough in a tickle in my throat. Anyhow, meatballs, the sauce was very good. Meatballs, pre-made, bought, probably frozen, and they were decent. They were, but they weren't my meatballs. So meatballs were okay. The shoestring French fries are probably some of the best shoestring French fries I've ever had. So my neighbor Allison, who is big into French fries, Allison, this is 19 miles from our house. not that bad. In case you ever decide you want some French fries, this might be a place to check out. And that's at Allison, but Chris gets upset when I don't mention Chris, so Chris, you can drive her here and you can share some nice French fries. Okay. The French fries were very good. I enjoyed the pizza very much. My only drawback was maybe the crust could have had some more crisp going on, but other than that, it was very nicely done. It had a nice chewiness to the crust, a really nice sauce to cheese ratio, good tasting pepperoni, and overall it was quite good. So I liked the pizza very much also. There were two girls, women, I don't know, I would say in their 20s. I'm like the worst guy ever for guessing ages on anybody. So, working inside, and they were just unbelievably friendly. And his place seems to be a place where it's a lot of locals, because they greeted everyone by name as they walked in. That was pretty cool. Like the cheers, you want to go where everyone knows your name. So, just a nice atmosphere. I think there's like 5 or 6 tables in there. There's a full bar. Just a really nice little place. I enjoyed it. So let's give it a score. It's in the 8s. I'm going to say I liked it enough. It's in the 8s. But unfortunately, those meatballs are going to keep it from getting into the 9s. So let's go with an 8.7. Could have used some more crisp on the crust. The meatballs were what they were. So I'm going to go 8.7 here at Arcadia in West Greenwich, Rhode Island. And this place is right on Rhode Island 102, which is a beautiful road for driving down. Just nice and wide, and not much in the way of lights or anything. There's maybe a couple rotaries. And this is a way, from my house, the quickest way to get to Newport, Rhode Island. So it just made me think of when I was a kid. Here we go. My mother used to love to take us to Newport, Rhode Island. I think we went almost every summer, but maybe only once, because back then, I don't know how many of you are my age or ever experienced this, but the big bridge to get to Newport was from the mainland onto the Jamestown Bridge, the Jamestown Island, and you took the Jamestown Bridge to get there. And then to get from Jamestown to Newport, where now there's a beautiful bridge, you had to take a ferry boat. And so we used to, you drive your car onto the ferry, it would take you across that part of Narragansett Bay and drop you right over on Newport. I still remember that. It was really pretty cool. What really stuck in my mind about one of them is, one time I had 2 cousins, an aunt and an uncle, visiting from western Nebraska. My uncle's name was Jim Reed, cousins Tom and Gary, mother Velma, and they were touring the East Coast somewhat. I don't think they'd ever been to the East Coast before. This was probably in the, I want to say 66 to 68 is my guess, I don't know. And they had driven through Tennessee, and my uncle was all excited because he found a car dealership that was Jim Reed's Chevrolet, and so he got himself one of those plates that they put on the back of the vehicle. Back then they were all metal plates. Jim Reed, and he was all excited to get home and put that somewhere, I don't know. But we were all on this ferry crossing over to Newport, and we always packed a picnic. We had a picnic over there. Just a beautiful bunch of areas to do all that. And my uncle from western Nebraska, deep in the heart of no water, although there was a lake somewhere near there, we're standing towards the bow, and he says, "Oh, look, that wave's going to splash over us." I'd never seen that on this ferry. And I'm thinking, the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Sure enough, we hit that and those of us who didn't move all got wet. So even though he's long gone, shout out to Uncle Jim for, I don't know how he knew this, but, and I don't know his past, maybe he was in the Navy or something, I have no idea. But he picked up on that wave hitting the boat and spraying straight up and over us, and we got pretty wet. We all laughed. I mean, it was a good time. So, not much of a throwback story, but sitting on this road just made me think of that, and if I keep going, I need to use every story that can come into my head. So, there you go. Throwback for the day. I had another dead animal one, but someone was upset, so I put that off for a few. I'll give you a warning before I tell any dead animal stories from now on. So anyhow, Arcadia Pizza in West Greenwich, Rhode Island, 8.7.